I won't be afraid. You are with me. You are right beside me every day. Even when it feels like everything's going wrong, I can look up to you, God, and find my strength. Your love has lifted me above the raging sea, and I just gotta say, your love makes me brave, and I won't be afraid. Your love makes me brave, I can face anything. Your love makes me brave. I was lost and afraid till you found me. You lifted me up and gave me strength. Anywhere that I go, you go with me. Oh, Lord, you give me the courage to live each day. Your
happy Sunday to all my kids. I hope you're having a great Sunday, and I hope you're ready and excited to learn today. So today we're going to be looking at the story of Cornelius in Acts chapter 10. So remember, Acts is in the New Testament, not the Old Testament. But something important to remember about Cornelius is that he was a Roman officer, and him and his family loved the Lord. They loved to worship, they loved to pray, they loved having a relationship with the Lord. And one day, an angel called Cornelius by name. Now, can you imagine if an angel called you by name? What would you do? What would you say? Where would you go? So I want you to think about all these things, because we're going to find out in our video today what the angel said and where Cornelius was going to go and who he was going to find. So let's watch our video. I know our video looks a little bit different today, but let's get started. God put each one of us into a family for many reasons, but one of those reasons was to tell other people about Him. In the Bible, in the book of Acts, we find a true story about a family who learned just how much God loved them, and the man who told them all about Him. Cornelius was a Roman army officer whose family was faithful to worship God and to give to anyone as they had a need. Cornelius prayed regularly, and one day, as he was praying, he saw an angel of God. The angel called him by name, and as you can imagine, Cornelius was in shock at what was happening. The angel told Cornelius that God was pleased with him and that he was to send some men right away to a town called Joppa and ask for a man named Peter. So the men left for Joppa. When the men arrived in the city, Peter was up on the roof praying. He got really hungry and began to have a vision. He looked to heaven and saw a large white sheet coming down with all kinds of animals on it. There were animals Peter had never been allowed to eat because of the Jewish law. A voice spoke to Peter and said, "Get up and eat." Peter was shocked and said, "I have never eaten anything that is not allowed by law." He didn't think that would be right. But the voice spoke again and said, "If God says something is allowed, don't say it isn't." This happened 3 different times. The men sent by Cornelius arrived at Peter's house while he was still thinking about what he had seen and heard. The Holy Spirit spoke to him, "3 men are looking for you. Don't let anything keep you from going with them." Peter went down the stairs to see who was there. The men found Peter and told him how Cornelius wanted him to come to his house so he could hear all Peter had to say. The next day, Peter and the 3 men went to see Cornelius, who was waiting for them. He had called together all of his family and close friends to come hear what Peter had to say. When Peter got to his house, Cornelius fell at his feet as a sign of respect, but Peter made him get up. You see, during those times, Jews had different laws to follow. Not only were they not allowed to eat certain foods, but they were also supposed to stay away from Gentile people. They were never supposed to enter a Gentile's home. It was a very important moment for Peter, a Jew, to go into the home of people who were different from him. When he did, he said, "God has shown me that I should not say anyone is not pure and clean. So when you sent for me, I came without asking any questions. I now realize how true it is that God treats everyone the same. He accepts people from every nation. He accepts anyone who has respect for him and does what is right. You know, the message God sent to the people of Israel, it is good news of peace through Jesus Christ. He is Lord of all. Peter continued to explain that the good news of God's love through the gift of Jesus was for Cornelius's family and all the Gentile people. That day, it was very clear that every family from every nation or race can follow Jesus and then tell others about him. On that day, this good news began to make its way across the oceans and eventually down to where we live today. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson and our video, and I hope to see you here next week as we continue on with our Ohana series.